Lesnar pinned Goldberg at WrestleMania 33, defeating him for the Universal Championship, fans wouldn't have guessed Lesnar would currently have an impressive 434 plus day streak. However, it doesn't necessarily sound so impressive when Lesnar has only wrestled 11 matches, with only having 10 title defenses since winning it. Compare that to CM Punk's WWE Championship reign, which lasted 434 days, but he defended the title 141 times. With those shocking statistics, fans are hoping that the Universal title will be dropped to someone who is more deserving of it, and according to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, this could potentially happen soon, as he was recently questioned on their podcast about when fans might see Brock Lesnar wrestle again and when his reign could finally come to an end. He is not on Money in the Bank, so my guess is when they first announced that he had re-signed a deal, I did have someone tell me they believed he was going to be there through SummerSlam. So all we know is that it's a short-term deal. I presume he's going to drop the title at SummerSlam. I don't know what. It could happen I guess in July, but he is not at Money in the Bank, so it will either be the July pay-per-view or SummerSlam. And if you got Brock Lesnar and you're paying him big money, it will probably end up being SummerSlam. With that in mind, rumours have surfaced as to who this next champion could potentially be. Number 5. Bobby Lashley. Even before Bobby Lashley returned to WWE in April this year, rumours had surfaced that the main reason for his return was to place him in a dream feud against Lesnar, building up to a long-awaited dream match between the two. Since both wrestlers have backgrounds in MMA, and both have an almost identical build, it was clearly on WWE's list of potential big feuds for 2018. The only problem is Lashley's return has so far been dreadful, and whilst Lashley has so far had a number of wins in the WWE, they have mostly come from meaningless tag matches, and instead of being thrusted into the title scene on his arrival, he's been inserted into a lackluster feud against Sami Zayn, which featured one of the worst Raw segments in recent history. Whilst WWE could certainly revive plans to have him face Lesnar at SummerSlam, it may be too little too late. Number 4. Elias. Many WWE fans are indeed walking with Elias, and each week the WWE crowd is always hyped to hear his much anticipated concerts. With his ever increasing popularity, it's rumoured that the WWE have big plans for the Drifter. Dave Meltzer discussed Elias on his recent episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio and revealed that several high-up WWE officials are high on Elias and see him as a future top heel in the company. They commented, "Yeah, they think he's a superstar. He might be the guy that they use as that big heel in that spot we were talking about," regarding the Universal title picture. However, Meltzer did touch on one of the things that seemed to be holding Elias back from reaching the lofty heights of the top heel status on Monday Night Raw, and that's his in-ring work. He's really over in lots of ways, but when he does a serious match, it doesn't carry over that well often actually. Hopefully, if his in-ring work improves, WWE will no longer be hesitant in inserting him into the title picture. Number 3. Braun Strowman. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view is just around the corner, and for the first time ever, Braun Strowman has earned an opportunity to take part in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. As many know, the winner is granted a choice to either face Raw's Universal Champion or SmackDown's WWE Champion. Cage Side Seats recently reported that Braun Strowman and Ember Moon are current favourites to win their respective Money in the Bank ladder matches. Strowman has been an unstoppable force on the Red brand and has gradually turned from a monster heel to a monster face due to his increasing popularity. While Strowman's win won't guarantee him facing Lesnar at SummerSlam, he could however cash in after the match or later on in the match, making it a triple threat. Number 2. Seth Rollins. Current WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins is one of the most over babyfaces in the company today, garnering huge pops from the crowd every week on Raw. He has no doubt proven to be a much more likeable superstar than the majority of wrestlers on the main roster, so it's not shocking to think that he's a top choice to dethrone Lesnar at SummerSlam. The rumours of Seth Rollins becoming the new Universal Champion come from Cage Side Seats, and quite frankly, it makes perfect sense, as rumours had circulated last month that Elias is currently in line for a big push. Whilst we commented earlier that they could potentially put the Universal title on him, realistically, this could be in fact the Intercontinental Championship belt, as Elias is set to face Seth Rollins at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Rollins could drop the title to Elias, immediately putting him in the main event picture for the title against Brock Lesnar. And number 1. Roman Reigns. The big dog Roman Reigns has already been given 2 opportunities to dethrone Brock Lesnar in 2018, yet he has come up short in both of them. Nevertheless, Reigns believes he should get one more chance to face the Beast Incarnate, and this could certainly happen according to Dave Meltzer, who mentioned on this week's episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio that Reigns is currently at the top of WWE's list of #1 contenders for another shot at the title. Those who watched this week's Raw would have noted that throughout the tag team match of Reigns and Rollins vs Jinder Mahal and Elias, WWE commentators Michael Cole and co kept talking about how Reigns was cheated out of the title at the Greatest Royal Rumble, sowing the seeds for yet another rematch for the title at SummerSlam 2018. Well guys, that about wraps up our video today. As always, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.